in the bottom left side of the map here in the red, folks. Just played a fantastic best of 5 against Beyond. Let's see what he can do against his opponent. It is Solar from Onsyde. His opponent on the upper right side of the map here in the blue. He took Fork apart, but this is a much harder matchup for PSISTORM. It's special. So again, we saw 5 games of, if you were watching from earlier, if you're watching this on YouTube, you definitely didn't see that, but you should check out the series. It's pretty great. It's on the Alpha X YouTube channel, not mine. In this setup, we saw SpeCial play 5 fantastic games against Beyond. Games were very good. The games went, we had early game, mid game, late game, Beyond with a lot of pressure. Solar coming back from a couple games where he lost 31 drones to a battlecruiser and 8 Hellions on a Cosmic Sapphire game, and he won that game. Like, Solar is looking so strong in this matchup right now. I'm kind of excited to see what SpeCial does, because SpeCial is one of these players that you cannot prep for. It's funny, I've had multiple interviews with people that have either beaten, well, generally after they beat SpeCial, but they kind of complain about it. They say, you know what, I could not prep for this. SpeCial's mech play, certainly in TVT in particular, there is no one that I can practice against. No one plays the style that SpeCial plays. Well, maybe TY, but he's in the military, and certainly no one in Europe. So you ran into this situation where it's like, okay, you can get some idea, but you're just going to have to hope that you are better mechanically and that your practice was good enough. So for now, we don't see anything too crazy. I mean, we're not going to see significant build differentiation for a decent amount of time. I mean, 430, we see double gas the nat. If we see double gas the natural before like 430, then like, okay, it's probably Mech. Maybe see BC play. I don't know. But for right now, it's TVZ. There's not a lot of wrinkles in the openers for the most part. I mean, Solar is going delayed clash here. His speed will be done at 4 minutes, not 330. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot of wrinkles for the Zerg unless you go for an all-in. Not a lot of wrinkles for the Terran unless they go for an all-in as well. I feel like my eyes are on SpeCial this series far more than my eyes are on Solar. Solar, again, just played that great series against Beyond, 3-2'd him. He beat Beyond in EPT recently in 138 in the finals. Again, he's just been looking really, really good. Whereas SpeCial is someone who is, I don't necessarily put SpeCial on the level of Solar when certainly Solar is at his peak. I think Solar has traditionally had some of the best ZVT, at least in Korea. So SpeCial's going to have to do something maybe a little bit different, and he is, in fact. He's opening up with Raven Hellion in this game, which is kind of interesting. It does mean that he will be able to curtail his creep spread for the most part as Hellions dive in. And by the way, speed is still about 7 seconds from completion, so we're going to have to see how much damage SpeCial gets. He gets, I think that's 3 drones to start. The Lings are now dead, and really there are only 3 Lings on the field, so Hellions dive in, they dive out. 2 of them will die, and gonna get a couple more drones maybe. Well, no, Lings are there, and with speed it's a little bit harder to be on creep. So Hellions dive in, they dive out. At the end of the day, they got 4 drones, 4-2 Hellions. Yeah, you gotta take that if your name is SpeCial, and more Hellions are on the way. A second Raven. Interesting. One Raven I've seen in this matchup. We see Maru doing it occasionally. We see Clem doing it very occasionally. And of course, it can be bopped by roach openings. But if you don't go for that, you know, if the roach openings are not on the table, and Solar's not really a roachy boy, it can be rather powerful to nice creep spread. But this auto turn harass double Raven idea, very, very interesting. And I wonder if part of it is the mind game. As Hellions now dive in, more Lings. That's still not enough Lings here, but the Queens should be enough. So he kills some Lings, he loses some Hellions. Really not that big of a deal. I wonder if this is a kind of a mind game for SpeCial here, as he will continue to lose the rest of these Hellions. Not really what you want. I wonder if this is just a bit of a mind game for SpeCial, where he says, look, I got double Raven. I have all these Hellions. I'm going Mech. Because if you are anyone playing against SpeCial. You have that in the back of your head. You say this may be something that is going to happen as auto turrets go down once again. So SpeCial really taking good advantage of the dead airspaces. Drops there once again. More workers fall. So actually, I mean, SpeCial 3 kills on this Raven, 4 kills on this one. SpeCial's doing a great job curtailing the economy of Solar. And if he hadn't lost 8 Hellions this game, I'd say he was in a great spot. And certainly, if this was a double bait and switch there from SpeCial, we are seeing 1-1 on the way from Solar. He's not really buying it. The Ravens are really going to sit here for the majority. I mean, maybe Solar goes mutas, as this auto turret is just going to target down as many workers as it can. But it looks like the Ravens actually trying to get out. They're not on a timer where they had to do that. They could have just sat behind those 2 bases and found value for quite a while. Maybe eventually there's a Spire, but I don't think they were on the timer to get out and to be exposed to that damage. But SpeCial says he wants to get out. Maybe. Oh, okay. He wants him for the creep clear with this drop. That makes sense. Although, looks like he's sending them back home. So anyway, Stim is done. Combat shields are on the way. Effectively, I mean, it's 16 Marines and 2 medevacs. It's a scary composition. He moves forward, knocks down Overlord. Looks to get some creep, and it's unfortunate. He committed to 2 Ravens, but they're not in a position to help him remove creep. So he still has to commit that scan. One of the benefits, theoretically, of going for Raven play like this is you don't have to spend scans. You get that extra 200 minerals per mule because you just, again, you're only spending your energy on mules and maybe a depot top hat if you find yourself really in a bad position. But now Bio staying on top of Queens. 1 will fall. Good transfuse on the second, but it will die anyways. And now Ravens trying to capitalize things. Auto turrets assassinate a Queen. I don't know how powerful. Oh, we'll get one. Okay, it's gonna get a second one here. SpeCial. Nope, it does not get it. But now it opens up positions on the map. He's gonna start pushing forward. A lot of creep gonna go down. Ravens very low. Auto turret dropped on the high ground here. Bio moving forward. Baneling speed is not done. How many Banelings do we have? We have 9. 4 more on the way. SpeCial. He's got a wonderful pushing position here. And this pre-spread from SpeCial is really, really nice. But now Solar runs in, trying to get on top of the tanks, trying to get on top of the Bio. The reinforcements from SpeCial not quite here just yet. Tank's dead. Ravens can't really add much of anything. And Ling's on the surround. They hold on. Solar, that was a scary time for him. That was a terrifying period of the game. But now he swipes this down, and he can maybe jump on top of this tank as the Bio is in the medevacs. But as the medevacs drop out, we will be okay. So SpeCial does have that 3rd base on location, but it's not done yet. So as much damage as SpeCial got, he was only on 2 bases for the majority of that. This run by from Solar is not going to work out, though. He's going to have to run back. Not even going to get the supply depot, although doesn't even set it smoking. 50% damage. That's fine. Solar, though, he's kind of happy. 73 workers, 2-2 on the way. His 5th base done. He's up 2 bases on a Terran. Actually, I'm sorry. Technically, he's up 3 bases on a Terran. Is that 3rd base only just now completing his economy? Oh, we don't have that. We don't have Game Heart. His economy's going like gangbusters. He's moved into Hydrotech now. This next round of army, this next level of army that he's going to have to hold, I mean, Baneling speed, Hydrotech, 1-1. SpeCial only has +1 attack, as this build is kind of all in. He spent so much gas in the Ravens, and they really have not found the value that he's looking for. It looks like Liberator on the bottom side. Queen is a bit out of position, so Liberator's going to get a little bit of value there. Auto turret tries to assassinate Overlord. Auto turret's in the main base, but Lings are there, maybe trying to get a Queen. But at this point, it feels like the auto turret harass is not getting all that much. But SpeCial onto the 4th base here. He's found his opponent out of position, so he's just going to target this down. Transfuse on it once, but not enough. So SpeCial finally finds some value. He's only down 1 base now, not 2. This is the position that both really the Terran and the Zerg technically want to be in, as the Raven will fall. Is that both of them? Yes, both Ravens have died for really... they got a lot of workers, but in the mid game as they ran in, they that 2nd level did not find the value that SpeCial was looking for. And I feel like there's a lot to be said for just dropping a armor shred or a armor shredder missile. It's like whatever it's called, the anti-armor missile. There we go. For dropping the anti-armor missile on the Zerg, it would make the Solar effectively at -2 armor. So +1 attack versus +1 -2. It would mean that SpeCial would technically have an upgrade lead, despite being behind in upgrades. But as the Ravens are dead, does not really matter. As now SpeCial again pushing forward. His army supply is good. but he has to move so far through this creep. And look at this run by that Solar has set up on the right side. This might be a first round. I don't know. It'll be for run by, but he's just setting it up. He feels very comfortable with his position that he has here on 4.5 bases. 5th base just about done. Hive as well. Tanks, though, they're sieging up a little bit for forward, and a couple of Baneleys do go down. But Solar, big run by into the 3rd base here. SpeCial, he's even more all in than he already was. Banelings come rolling forward. SpeCial not paying attention, so he loses just all his bio on the front lines. SCVs, they're dead, actually. The Banelings are going to come crashing on into them. The tank trying to occupy the hole in the wall, but it's just a dead tank. Lings into the natural. More Banelings are here. SpeCial, well, he's also going to lose this army at the front because there's not enough bio here defending. The tanks are friendly firing themselves to death. Tanks on the backside, they're also dead. So SpeCial now below 100 supply. He taps out. Solar takes the first game. On the upper right side of the map here in the red, he's up 1. It's Solar. Bottom left side of the map in the blue, folks. He is for PSISTORM. Didn't quite work out in that first game. Let's see what he has in store for us. It's SpeCial. So nothing super weird. Notice that Solar is paying very much attention to potential proxy locations in this game. I think that last game should tell us about how SpeCial is playing. I mean, he played a weird style. He played something that was different. I think I said at the start of that game that SpeCial would have to play something different or play something with an extra wrinkle to it to knock Solar out with how good Solar has been looking in this matchup. Unfortunately, Double Raven was not quite enough to be that difference. So Solar did end up taking the first game of the series, and now we're going to move on to Waterfall, which people think of as a Terran map. Folks, I got a story for you. And I know I talk about this a lot, but the stat just blows my mind so much that we're going to keep talking about it. Waterfall, in 109 professional premier games, spread across Home Story Cup and GSL and TSL and DreamHack Valencia offline. And I think there's one other. Terran has a 42% win rate on the map. It's 58-42 in favor of the Zerg in 109 games. Which is crazy. Now, if it goes super late, it is Terran favor. The Zerg runs out of bases that they can take. But in the early to mid game, the Zerg swarm is just we see them killing Terrans with this 1-1 timing right on the 3rd base, where it's like, okay, this feels really awkward. Ooh, okay. There's our wrinkle game too. There's a bunker on the 3rd base. There's a couple Marines run across, and well, Solar does not see this just yet. Buildings that are being built, buildings under construction or under, I guess, growth here in the face of the Zerg. They don't have a lot of vision radius, so this bunker should get up. Marines rallying across, and SpeCial's doing what he can to well, it looks like he's trying to do what he can to avoid the vision, and these Marines will get in here. So 4 Marines into a bunker rushing the 3rd base at 3 minutes in is something that we've seen Clem do very occasionally, something we see SpeCial do very occasionally. And now, well, it's 4 Marines in a bunker. Well, okay, SpeCial, you gonna put those 2 extra Marines in the bunker? He might be bait. No, okay. Marines are gonna walk over, and with 4 Marines in the bunker now, it's gonna be a hard base to hold. How does Solar look to do so? Additional Marine, yeah, he's rallying about 2 at a time. This is so funky. I think Solar just loses this base. He's saving some energy on the Queens, but they don't have enough transfuse just yet. 3 Queens do not bust through this, but they're going to start to do that damage. Actually, they're going to, yeah, there's the problem. So the SCV, they got to get damage on the SCV. That's really the goal here. Lings tanking the shots. Hellions arrive here as well to knock down the Lings, and this is very much a game of, well, who's on first. Queens, though, 2 of them are dead. The bunker's still alive. It's burning down. There's no repair for it, but even still, it's keeping the Marines alive here. Moving forward, Queen runs low, runs on orange, but 5 Marines, all that remain, and Solar looks like he keeps this base alive. Now Lings into the natural. There's 1 Hellion, but it's just going to get surrounded. This game is very awkward. Lings into the natural, and there's nothing to defend them. SCVs have to get pulled. 2 workers fall, make it 3, make it 4, make it a whole hell of a lot more. Hellion, again, it's, oh god, you gotta be so careful. It looked like it was gonna get locked and cornered. Lings in the high ground, not gonna find that one. 4 workers go down. The Lings, they're dead. Marines find their way safely back home, but 4 SCVs are dead. Solar keeps the 3rd base alive. He lost 2 queens and 18 Lings, but I would wager that this is just not worth it for SpeCial. Now SpeCial on the map once again with with everything he's got, but every time he shows up on the map, 6 Lings find their way into the natural. They knock down a mule. It's not a fresh mule, but still a couple more SCVs make it 4, and now SpeCial's economy is, he's down 12 workers. It is very much hurting, and every time he moves out, we're seeing part of the benefit of this map for Zerg right now. It's so easy to get these counterattacks in, multiple attack paths, and how short it is. Well, the Zerg can just kind of run through, and now SpeCial's, are you going all in? Are you running across the map? Are you going to try to trade a base for a base? Oh, but SpeCial does have blue flame. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the production tab, but still, all the SCVs in the natural, they're dead, including a couple very heavy mules. Hellion's not microing away, so well, everything coming out of this base is dead here. And the queens with the battle mech, yeah, SpeCial dies. That did not work out for him whatsoever. He tried something weird, but I guess there's a reason. The meta is there for a reason. SpeCial falls. Solar moves on to most likely face hero.